anything that would warrant
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like, how has it been since season one has actually come out?
Well, I think one, some people do things that would warrant that response. I definitely had clients that would tell me this cast member cannot walk into my property. This cast member is not welcomed at any events that you do at my property. So it is absolutely a double-edged sword. We've dealt with that so much. I don't think I deal with it as much as everyone else because I'm about my business whether I'm on TV or not. Like that's just really what it is. And I'm outspoken. If they're doing something that I feel like is moving in the wrong direction, I'll say, you know what, no, and this is the reason why I would not talk. I would not handle it that way. Or sometimes they'll be surprised I don't address things. I'm very outspoken, and I'm like, well, actually, that doesn't meet my bottom line though. So that's the reason why I don't have an opinion on it. Like that, whatever she's doing is going to make me rich. So what do I care? you know. Um, I don't think I'm as salacious as some people are on the show, but that's also just not my role in real life. Like I'm the person that you watch if you want to see somebody build a reputable business and you want to see somebody that does this and does it well. That sometimes is not as exciting as somebody that comes to work with a bra, and I'm okay with that. I'll take it.
Who do you think is salacious from your cast?
Well, I don't know that anyone is that salacious yet, but I think in like reputation, I think Jordan March can be a mess for sure. I think Jess Taylor is a dear friend of mine, but she's gonna give it to you raw every time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if she says what I want to say or I say what she wants to say, but we're definitely like two peas in a pod, and that's not a good thing. I'll tell you that. Jordan Hurt is the funniest. I think some of the craziest things he says don't even end up in the scenes. I think he's just the funniest. I think he could just like really be his own show, honestly. He's just a mess. I think that like Jade and Chloe, they're kind of like these two, and they've always been since they've been at the firm, they've always been biting at each other's neck. They've always been friends one day, enemies the next. Like it's since I've been there and I've been there longer than them, and I've seen that. And they both can definitely come across like less professional, less serious, in real life and on TV. That's just what it is.
And
But
you,
they are, they're talented, and Jade specifically is like a very smart girl. She really is. A mess,
yeah.
yes, but a very smart girl.
Listen, I know many people that are personal messes and professional successes. Like it is possible,
100%,
right?
100%, yes.
And you had actual clients like after the show aired that you were still working with, or you had open houses, or that said, okay, great, you're having an open house, or you're great that you're having buyers come in. We actually don't want that particular cast member on our property.
Oh yeah, I had clients that didn't want Chloe at my property. They didn't want Jessica Markowski at my property. Um they didn't want Jade at my property. They were very flat out. They were just like they I had a pitch once and he had me come back to talk to me and I thought it was going to be like, hey, we've decided to go with someone else. And it was like, I've decided to go with you on this project, but these are my guidelines. And it was like a list of people that they didn't want at the property in order to give me the work. So yeah.
Wow.
Because
And
some people love reality TV, some people love what it brings to their projects, but they don't want any affiliation with the project at all. And then other people are like, "Oh, you're on a show, I don't care." And then the minute you start taping, they're like, "Are they going to get me too?"
I and so
you know.
what was it about like Chloe and Jade and Jess Markowski? Just that what their
I
drama?
think, well, no, I think that their newness to the business is very obvious. You know what I mean? And if you're like a really like established developer, you could think that that's great, fresh energy, fresh ideas, or you could be like, they're not qualified to even touch my project. They have no reason to be here. So people had their opinions and they would share. Or just the fact that there was so much conflict in season one, people would say they don't want that conflict associated with anything that they're doing. And I totally get that because I can feel that way at times. And not that I don't have my own level of conflict in the show, but I'm at work. It's just different. I feel like I handled myself differently
Yeah, I feel you
in
pretty
real life.
much.
you know?
You like stayed out of the drama from season one, I feel, most of it.
Yeah, because I'm always like, how does this affect our paycheck? Like, how does this affect our money? Like, we're brokers and we make all the money. Like, they don't pay us, we pay them, right? We go out, we hunt, we come back, we kill, and we pay the brokerage. So I'm there and very, very focused on that. And I don't have those, I don't have those conflicts. I don't have those relationships. I'm really focused on my business. The people that I vibe with, but I'm Jamaican. I mean, I love and hate with intensity. So either I vibe with you or we ain't got nothing. There's no in between there. That's never has been. So I don't really interact with those girls a lot because they're just not on my vibe.
What's your astrological sign? Not that I'm into that. I split my time between New York and LA, so that sounds very LA of me, but what's your
Right.
sign?
So I am a Pisces with a Aquarius rising and Aquarius moon, I believe that's what it is. I know I always say I'm a Pisces, but I identify as an Aquarius. Like I'm very, but I'm also only a few hours into being a Pisces, and I think that's why. Like I literally am born a few hours into the sign.
Interesting. I'm a Gemini and I'm the same way. Like what I do, there's so much conflict between podcasters, and I'm just like, if this isn't going to make me another dollar, if you can come for me, don't come, have, I want
Good
no
luck.
part of it. Right. Like I am so the same way as you. I am focused on if it's not going to affect my bottom line, thank you. I'm going to just exit this whole thing and you
A
guys have
hundred
fun.
percent. Yeah, you guys absolutely have fun. And even like so with the trailer yesterday, I got bombarded, because it came out and everyone's like, "Are you on the show? Are you still on the show?" Like I'm not even barely in the trailer. And I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of fucked up." Like I do see how this is crazy. I personally was offended by it, and I felt like so many of my clients and people that like, ride for me were offended by it. But I got bombarded yesterday. So finally I just like put out a podcast, a little post, and I was like, "Hey, this is how I feel about it. This is what it is." And don't ask me, ask them. Like I don't have anything to do with that. If I'm like not in the trailer, I'm not in the trailer. I know what I bring to the table. I'm clear on that. So you have questions, talk to them.
Right. Like, so the trailer came out for season two for everyone who hasn't seen it. By the time they hear this, it's probably like 2 weeks from now. It is before the season actually aired. And so you were upset, like, that you weren't in more of it. Did you expect to be in more of the trailer?
I never have any expectations when it comes to it because I think Ryan's really prepped us to let us know that we're not a part of the creative process. He's like that this just sucks. It's just what it is. He's like, I get it, I feel it, but that's what it is. So he really prepped us to make sure we were aware of what the process would be like. I was disappointed though because I felt like I gave a lot this season, and I feel like I think I gave a lot the first season, and I don't feel I was really I got great feedback from season one, from the network, from the production company, from the brokerage. Most importantly, I think I probably got the best feedback of any broker on the show outside of Ryan. People were like, "Oh my God, thank God you're on the show!" Like every day I heard that, every message I heard from my actual colleagues was like a real one, meaning like I've been doing this. I'm celebrating 10 years next week of doing real estate, right? And then I end up on a show, which is very different. I think that people that gravitate to the field with that in mind. I actually am in an article today about that, like people gravitating to real estate because they want to be on TV and they think it's so glamorous. So that hits today. I got great feedback from my brokerage and I got excellent feedback from my clients. So I just felt like, why would I be cut out of the trailer? But I also know that there's a creative process that I'm not a part of, and it makes sense for what it is they do, and we have to trust what they do. So I felt the need to just tell people that wanted to support me and literally like cancel the show. I was like, listen, you don't understand. Like it has nothing to do with me. They have an intention with everything that they put out. It's a creative process. Let it ride. Like I know what I can